So I'm going to quickly go over what they're talking about, then I'll go over some of the posts that I've been putting up. Haven't done videos for a few days, and then today I did a video, and this is my second video for today. This is December 15th. So just going over what they're talking about, they keep talking about they thought that this was a good way to connect to me. That's a problem. If you have to use advanced technology in someone's apartment to harass that person in order to try to get that person to connect to you, you have a problem. So they said, well, they thought that over my life, if they could find incidents that I've had that would show I have a problem. If you're trying to connect to someone who you think have a problem, there's a problem. Um, I don't understand it. I don't think they understand it either. As I'm going over other people's videos and their experiences with people like these people, I can see why these types of people try to stalk victims. I think it's more than just power. They keep talking about power and control. I think it's something worse. I think these are the types of people, stalkers, who, when they are rejected, take it the wrong way. And they said, oh, you've been rejected a lot. And there are times, exactly, I have been. And it's normal. And I don't mind it. I wouldn't then stalk the people rejecting me. So they would say, well, there's no exception. Like in their minds that if they do something, and I just saw a really good video about this, about how these type of people think. I think it was like a psychopath, that people feel the same way that they do. Meaning if they can figure out, if I say I haven't experienced it and they could twist it into saying I did experience it, then it means we're alike, meaning I think just like them. I don't. I think rejection is so normal. When I was growing up, we had all sorts of people who had sayings. Like I tell you guys this in different videos. My generation, we were lucky. We had people who were born in like the early 1900s down. So it would be normal for, somebody when I was growing up to hear the different sayings about dealing with rejection. Like it's normal, this happens to people. You're fortunate that that person rejected you. That was what we grew up with. These type of people don't like rejection because it's not it's because it's not what they want. Meaning once they want something, they feel they can do anything to get that thing. And this goes back to what I'm talking about. For them, if you want to do whatever, then and you're told no, they don't process it like, well, maybe there's a reason. Let me look at it, let me talk to people about it. That's another thing. Let me talk this out. I can't imagine anyone talking to people and thinking it's a good idea to say out loud in the street the stuff that they've said out loud in the street. Just lies. Um, and when they get attacked, they just tried to attack someone who I like, a famous, very famous performer. That's how they are. Like, oh, you're attacking me. Well, what about this person? What does that person have to do with this? Nothing. So that's enough on them. But I want to try to link that video about how these are the types of people, psychopaths, think that everyone feels the same way about life as them. If they cheat, everyone cheats. If they steal, everyone steals. If they stalk people, everyone stalks people. It takes a lot of time and effort to stalk a person, and they invested just too much time and effort in stalking me. So that's that. There's another one that I want to talk about, a post that I put up where someone who was once a scammer now helps scam victims and helps explain scams. I love those types of people because it shows they have a lot of information in scams and they're sharing it now. So he talked about a sob story, and other people talked about this too, where if you're meeting someone or someone comes into your life and they have a sob story, that's someone who's going to scam you. So I'm going to link that video also. Um, I want to link a video of that I saw about how people manipulate people. They call it like mind control or how to get people to do anything you want them to do. And I'll link that video because it talks about how people are using these tricks in order to control behavior. And it's important as Americans, especially, to understand that as life is progressing over the years, the world isn't really staying the same. And this group of people, I'll say that nicely, thought they could get me to say I've changed. I haven't changed. And now they admit I've stayed the same. But the world's changed. When I was growing up in the 70s, 80s, 90s, we didn't have the internet. So you could, you could be in your apartment, home, wherever, and you're not coming in contact with all these different things. But now, I just linked a video or a post about children being targeted on Discord and these extremist groups for sextortion, child porn, mutilation, abuse. So that this is coming into our home. So maybe everyone won't have what I have, which is this electronic harassment, but they have computers. They have means of internet coming into your home. And that's changed. So before you could say, well, I know this person is safe at home, but sometimes home isn't safe because of these type of predators. And it's important, I keep saying that they're predators. People who say that this was always happening to me when the technology didn't always exist are predators. This wasn't always out loud. How do I know the difference between this being out loud now for sure is because other people are putting in their opinions. That didn't happen before. The other part about that being out loud and that you can hear it now is that they wouldn't have said these things. Could you imagine? These people talked about abusing children out loud. Could you imagine how we would have treated those types of people in the 70s and 80s if they were child abusers? I hate to say it. I think one of the worst things that happened is that over time, we became more accepting of people with these issues. When I was growing up, if you were a child abuser, you were not coming back from that. I don't know what the right answer is, but there would be no way that all of these types of incidents where you have people abusing children would have worked out back then. I think what happened is maybe because it's sometime over the internet or we became a society where it's like, oh, well, no, oh, well, with that. Growing up, if you were a child abuser, that was the end of you. And that was why it wasn't as common as it is now. I think I'm seeing more and more reports of this type of thing because it's more common. So that's something I wish we could go back to. You abuse children, you take advantage, and these people said they take advantage of me. They're gone. They're out. Thank you for watching.